tubes? It is Thursday, Friday Eve. Kind of early this morning. It just is like 7:22. Get ready to head to work for the day and get things done. But once we get up out of there, we'll continue on like we normally would. What a miserable day, tubes. It is just miserable as shit in Aden today. Just as sleepy as I could be. Just went home for lunch or whatever and figured I'd give an update on this video. The service rider's mom apparently must have passed away this morning. Late last night, early this morning, something like that. And you know, that's sad and unfortunate, but she's in a better place. Ain't got to worry about, you know, suffering and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's just miserable today. God, look at this crap. See what I mean? It's just all rainy and just terrible. Makes you not want to do nothing. Unfortunately, oh, if Brandon Harold watches this, I just crossed over 3rd Street, man. That was the road I was telling you about that tore all to pieces. Sadly, ain't much of the roads any better down this way. This right here is 2nd Street. Try to keep it as stable as possible. And it's hard work. Check out them 2 old banks right here on the corner. People in this town can't drive either. Take forever to get anywhere. When it rains real hard here, you see how the water is sitting off to the side right there? This town floods real bad. And then of course I got some knob behind me riding my ass. It never fails. Anyway, tubes, back at the workplace. Catch y'all in a little bit. I just showed you guys me washing the car, and now we're on a customer delivery. It's like I told y'all, I do a little bit of everything. See that truck in front of me? You might not be able to see it very well, but that's what we're taking back. Kind of hard holding the camera on this little dashboard in this car, because it's all funny shaped. It ain't flat across like kind of like how mine is. But yep. Never would imagine you guys would have went to work with me today. How about that? What's happening, guys? Finally got off work a little while ago. Approximately about 45 minutes or so now. I didn't intend on doing the old recording what I was doing and showing work stuff or whatever, but it just kind of hit me like, well, maybe they want to see a little bit about what's going on and, you know, where I work at and whatnot and so on and so forth. I haven't checked the news today to see what's going on, but I heard there was we had, you know, thunderstorms and stuff like that around here, and one of the old guys, he said that a few towns over had a tornado. I didn't hear anything about it, but it wouldn't surprise me, and knowing the people around this area, there's no telling. And I'm not saying that all the people around here are bad or like stupid or whatever, but I'd say about 90% are. So that's not saying a whole lot. And I'm not from this area. This county is called Pitt County, and I'm from Wake County. That's where I was born and raised. But I've been living in this area for, oh God, I don't even want to say, about like 11 years or so, I guess, maybe more. I did clean my truck out. I keep getting all these strange noises from stuff moving around and vibrations and whatever. Some of it I know what it is, but some of it I don't. So I got some of the junk that I had in there out, and I had a few items or whatever that were, you know, in a bag like this, screws and such. And you know, this is probably one of the best things that you can do if you're a car guy, is that if you take your stuff apart, put it in a bag and write down what it is. That way when you get ready to put everything back together, you know exactly what to shoot for. And I did. I mean, there is one screw left in there or whatever, but it's not for, it was just a spare from something else. But that technique comes in handy quite a bit. Yesterday's video I was talking about trying to find a different rendering or editing program to render with, and something told me just to check in, just to see what Sony Vegas had to offer, and they had just came out with their recent Pro 13. I have the Pro 12, so I downloaded it, got everything set up, and it took all of the settings, some of the settings that I had with 12, and added them into 13. And that's awesome, because I did not want to have to redo none of that stuff over again. Oh, I'm sorry guys, I'm tired. I didn't sleep good again last night. namely be because of the stupid freaking video that I had to upload. Well, I didn't have to upload it, but I mean, I'm trying to build up my video library, and I only have, I think as of last night, I've got like 66, and that's in total. And you know, it's not too bad putting up a video every day. I don't have anything else going on, so I might as well, right? The only times that I won't put one up is if I've got myself tied up into something and I don't have time to do anything. But I'm hoping once I get a different camera that I can take with me around, that it'll be easier just to whip it out and record some stuff, and so on, you know, so on and so forth, or whatever. But yeah, when I downloaded 13, got everything put in, got everything how I wanted it. I wanted to play around with the settings, and I can't even believe, I can't fathom how much faster it was last night than it was previously. And the only reason why it took as long as it did last night is because I was sitting there trying to figure out the settings. Not all of the settings from 12 carried over to 13, so I had to adjust some stuff, and went online and looked around and tried to get the best that I possibly could get out of it. And I ran into a few problems with it and had to stop and start and stop and start about 4 or 5 times. And then finally, when I get it to upload onto YouTube, oh, sorry. I get it uploaded to, get ready to get it uploaded up to YouTube, and it says something is wrong with the audio syncing to the video file, and I'm like, why? You know, that didn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense. So I let it go ahead and do what it had to do. Then processing took quite a bit. I think YouTube may have been having some problems last night. I'm not sure. It has happened in the past, and I'm sure it'll happen again. But I finally get it up there. And you know, when you first upload stuff, it doesn't automatically set it as a high definition. You graduate from like the lowest, which I can't even remember what it is right now. I want to say it's like 240p or something like that. And I could be wrong, I'm not sure. Maybe it's like 144. But God, I need to go get me a cup of coffee, wake up so I can edit this video. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Like, I uploaded it, it said there was a problem, I waited, it processed, and waited a little bit longer, and then finally the high definition kicked in or whatever, and all was well. I don't know what was going on, but anyway, I hope I don't run into the same problem tonight. But that pretty much sums it up for today. And there's like one section of the video that I'm actually washing the car. I didn't get time to dry it off because I had to leave to do the customer transport, as far as taking the vehicle back to the place where it needed to be. But normally after it gets washed and rinsed off or whatever, we dry it. Didn't do anything necessarily extra after, but that particular car was one of like 5 loaner cars we have, so they have to be stayed on top of with, you know, the exception of the rest of them that's on the lot, new and used.
We have about maybe 20 or 30 cars on the new side, and maybe 16, 18 on the used side. But those 5 loaners or whatever, they have to be stayed on top of, because customer brings their vehicle in, and if they need to leave it for more than a day or so, if they either pay, I think it's either if they pay for it extra, or if they bought a vehicle from there, they can get a loaner for free, as long as they put gas in it, and they got to sign the insurance form and all that shit. But I'm really hoping that, I don't know if it's going to be this weekend or not, but I'm really hoping to get my truck in here and start doing a little bit of work to it. It's not a 100% guarantee, because I can't, rely on the weather, God forbid, because it changes at the drop of a dime. But yeah, try to get it in here and get some work done on it. I've got some seats that I've got one seat already mounted, but I'm trying to what's the word I'm looking for? Had a brain fart, guys. My brain is just frazzled. Trying to mock everything together. And I got 2 seats and a console. Well, I've already got 1 seat in, but it's on the wrong bracket. The bracket that it's on actually came off the old seat, and I need to put the other bracket back on it, but unfortunately I've got to take the bracket that came on the seat that I'm going to put in, set it on the floor, and try to get everything out, get the carpet out and all that shit, put the bracket down, mark the holes, drill, and figure out what I'm going to do for securing it so it doesn't pull the bolts up out of the floorboard. I want it to look just as if it did if it came from the factory, without anyone noticing any difference. You know what I mean? So if anybody has any input as far as what to do about bolting it to the floor, I don't want to have to weld anything. I want to be able to take the seats in and out if need be, because I got to put them in, mock everything up, and get my old seats. I'm gonna put them up for sale, try to sell them, and I've got to come up with, like, I want to say it was right at $500, $450, somewhere in there. But by the time you add in gas to take the seats and drop them off and then go back and get them, you might as well say $5, depending. But I'm gonna get the seats done up in some kind of whether it be that fall leather or pleather. I don't want to do vinyl. I've had vinyl already. But yeah, I want to get them put in, get the console mounted in, and then I can kind of like use what I'm seeing as a visual to determine what I want to do next. That's how I do my stuff. I don't just say, okay, well, I'm going to do blah 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 to this here, and then do blah 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 to that there, and then have a big old clusterfuck. You know what I mean? You gotta have a plan. And with me putting them in and the console in, it'll give me I've already got a pretty good idea of what I want to do. I'm not gonna say, but get them put in and go from there. But anyway, This is going to be, let's see, it's 6:25 now, and I've got right at 14 minutes or so on this little video. Let's see how long it takes to get it up tonight, guys. Stay groovy.